Main Quotes presents Epictetus's secret quotes. No great thing is created suddenly. Is freedom anything else than the right to live as we wish? Nothing else? First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. To accuse others for one's own misfortunes is a sign of want of education. To accuse oneself shows that one's education has begun. To accuse neither oneself nor others shows that one's education is complete. It is impossible to begin to learn that which one thinks one already knows. Whenever you are angry, be assured that it is not only a present evil, but that you have increased a habit. If you seek truth, you will not seek victory by dishonorable means, and if you find truth, you will become invincible. Imagine for yourself a character, a model personality, whose example you determine to follow in private as well as in public. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Silence is safer than speech. Do not seek to bring things to pass in accordance with your wishes, but wish for them as they are, and you will find them. It is not death or pain that is to be dreaded, but the fear of pain or death. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Never in any case say, "I have lost such a thing, but I have returned it." Is your child dead? It is a return. Is your wife dead? Is your wife dead? It is a return. Are you deprived of your estate? Is not this also a return? If evil be spoken of you, and it be true, correct yourself. If it be a lie, laugh at it. Not every difficult and dangerous thing is suitable for training, but only that which is conducive to success in achieving the object of our effort. All religions must be tolerated, for every man must get to heaven in his own way. First learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. Unless we place our religion and our treasure in the same thing, religion will always be sacrificed. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. It is the nature of the wise to resist pleasures, but the foolish to be a slave to them. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Keep silence for the most part, and speak only when you must, and then briefly. The world turns aside to let any man pass who knows where he is going. Nothing great is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. It is not he who reviles or strikes you who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting. God has entrusted me with myself. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. All philosophy lies in 2 words, sustain and abstain. It takes more than just a good-looking body. You've got to have the heart and soul to go with it. If you desire to be good, begin by believing that you are wicked. Whoever does not regard what he has as most ample wealth is unhappy, though he be master of the world. Freedom is not procured by a full enjoyment of what is desired, but by controlling the desire. Neither should a ship rely on one small anchor, nor should life rest on a single hope. Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things, and then proceed to greater. If virtue promises happiness, prosperity, and peace, then progress in virtue is progress in each of these, for to whatever point the perfection of anything brings us, progress is always an approach toward it. We tell lies, yet it is easy to show that lying is immoral. If thy brother wrongs thee, remember not so much his wrongdoing, but more than ever that he is thy brother. He is a drunkard who takes more than 3 glasses, though he be not drunk. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. No man is free who is not master of himself. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. If you wish to be a writer, write. We should not moor a ship with one anchor, or our life with one hope. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. One that desires to excel should endeavor in those things that are in themselves most excellent. If one oversteps the bounds of moderation, the greatest pleasures cease to please. Be careful to leave your sons well instructed rather than rich, for the hopes of the instructed are better than the wealth of the ignorant. The essence of philosophy is that a man should so live that his happiness shall depend as little as possible on external things. Do not laugh much, or often, or unrestrainedly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Only the educated are free. The 2 powers which, in my opinion, constitute a wise man are those of bearing and forbearing. You are a little soul carrying around a corpse. Freedom is the right to live as we wish. We are not to give credit to the many who say that none ought to be educated but the free, but rather to the philosophers who say that the well-educated alone are free. Control thy passions, lest they take vengeance on thee. You may be always victorious if you will never enter into any contest where the issue does not wholly depend upon yourself. There is nothing good or evil save in the will. No greater thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. Some things are in our control and others not. The things in our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever are our own actions. Things not in our control are body, property, reputation, command, and, in one word, whatever are not our own actions. You can be happy if you know this secret. Some things are within your power to control, and some things are not. From this instant on, vow to stop disappointing yourself. Separate yourself from the mob. Decide to be extraordinary and do what you need to do now. You have been given your own work to do. Get to it right now. Do your best at it, and don't be concerned with who is watching you. Create your own merit. Suffering arises from trying to control what is uncontrollable, or from neglecting what is within our power. Be careful whom you associate with. It is human to imitate the habits of those with whom we interact. We inadvertently adopt their interests, their opinions, their values, and their habit of interpreting events. Wisdom means understanding without any doubt that circumstances do not rise to meet our expectations. Events happen as they may. People behave as they will. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Who exactly do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? What are your personal ideals? Whom do you admire? What are their special traits that you would make your own? It's time to stop being vague. If you wish to be an extraordinary person, if you wish to become wise, then you should explicitly identify the kind of person you aspire to become. If you have a daybook, write down who you're trying to be so that you can refer to this self-determination. Precisely describe the demeanor you want to adopt so that you may preserve it when you are by yourself or with other people. These are the signs of a wise man: to reprove nobody, to praise nobody, to blame nobody, nor even to speak of himself or his own merits. An ignorant person is inclined to blame others for his own misfortune. To blame oneself is proof of progress. But the wise man never has to blame another or himself. Progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily. To live a life of virtue, you have to become consistent, even when it isn't convenient, comfortable, or easy. Renew every day your conversation with God. Do this even in preference to eating. Think more often of God than you breathe. Nothing truly stops you. Nothing truly holds you back, for your own will is always within your control. Sickness may challenge your body, but are you merely your body? Lameness may impede your legs, but you are not merely your legs. Your will is bigger than your legs. Your will needn't be affected by an incident unless you let it. We can't control the impressions others form about us, and the effort to do so only debases our character. I laugh at those who think they can damage me. They do not know who I am. They do not know what I think. They cannot even touch the things which are really mine, and with which I live. I have to die. If it is now, well, then I die now. If later, then now I will take my lunch, since the hour for lunch has arrived, and dying I will tend to later. Every difficulty in life presents us with an opportunity to turn inward and to invoke our own submerged inner resources. The trials we endure can and should introduce us to our strengths. In trying to please other people, we find ourselves misdirected toward what lies outside our sphere of influence. In doing so, we lose our hold on our life's purpose. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them.